Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Police Accountability Show. Remember, when you watch the Police Accountability Show, you agree to being offended, and as well as nothing that you see on the Police Accountability Show constitutes legal advice. Please seek out a local lawyer. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to another Police Accountability Show. I'm your host, Chad Christophers. And we're here today to talk about, are the police tough enough to do their job? Well, maybe, yes, no. I found this interesting dude on Enter Crime Scene sign, tough on crime. Criminals responsible for almost 5 million crimes reported to the police last year escaped any punishment by the courts. Now, do I mean police tough enough physically to fight them? Are they mentally tough enough to fight them? I believe that that's questionable. Do I believe the police are tough enough to do their jobs? Sometimes. Do we need tougher police? Yes. And what do I mean by tougher police? Isn't necessarily just police bodybuilders being physically stronger. Being tough on crime and being tough has more to do with you being physical. It has to do with you as a person, your will, your resolve. And the question is, are they hiring actual tough guys, or are they just hiring a bunch of scared little girls who, because they have a badge in a group of people, are therefore tough? We've seen both examples of that in our society, where tough guys stand up for themselves, and we've seen where only a group of people will stand up, right? So that's kind of how it is, right? The cops, are they tough enough? They can be. Should they be tougher? Yes. I do believe that we need to get tougher cops for the right thing. Sometimes we send really tough guys against people that we don't need tough guys for, like little kids, women, or people experiencing mental health issues. Now, experiencing some mental health issues and drug issues, then you do want someone tough. So are the police tough enough to do their job? You tell me, what do you think? Are the police tough enough? Are they just letting everyone get away? Right? Is it about they're not smart enough, tough enough, or they're not physically tough enough? So physically wise, yes and no. Do the officers need better training? Yes. They definitely need better training in restraining people and learning how to arrest people. There is no doubt. And that's where you'll see 4 or 5 or 6 cops jump on top of a suspect who's resisting, because that's how many it takes, right? When, if you have a properly trained officer, it should only take one person to restrain one person. And if you have someone who's well-trained and good at what they're doing, they should be able to restrain multiple people. So the question is, are all cops tough enough? The answer is, overall, I believe that they are tough enough against crime. But you also have to look at it another way, and that is, who do we see them getting in gunfights with? Lots of gangsters and street and organized criminals? No. We see them getting in fights with little kids. In fact, they're more likely to shoot a defenseless, child of a different race that's not white than they are to shoot a criminal. Like, I see very little, examples of them shooting criminals or getting, not that I want that to happen ever to anyone, and I don't want anyone to be shot, and I don't think we should have guns at all. I think they should be disinvented. I said it, definitely. If they could be disinvented, sign me up. But they're here, accept them, live with them. And we see examples of where people execute little kids, but they're not, don't seem to be shooting at gangs and criminals. So, are the cops really tough enough? Sometimes I think not. I think that maybe some of these guys are just there to bully people. You know what I mean? They are actually weak guys on the inside, and here's the thing with, are they tough enough? Because that's a loaded question. I mean, there's the physical tough, there's mental tough, and then there's the toughness where you get a little guy that'll take on anything. The courage and the toughness. And that's what we need. We need courage, we need toughness, we need intelligence. I mean, these people are going to be there when the worst is happening in our lives. So, do we need tougher cops? We definitely need tougher cops. And I don't just mean physically, I mean mentally. I mean actual tough guys that aren't going to go around pushing around people just because they're smaller and weak. And we see that too often with the police we have now, where they're big and tough guys to people who are defenseless. But you put them up against, an actual force, and a lot of them, they get scared. A lot of them, that's when they react poorly. So I believe that we do need tougher cops. 100%. Do you believe the cops are tough enough? You tell me down in the comments. Are all cops, am I completely off base? Did I completely miss something? Tell me in the comments what you think. My name is Chad Christophers, and this is Police Accountability Show. Don't work too hard.